All right, dudes. Welcome to week 2 recap. As you can see, you got Mr. Incredible, T-Ville Kane, aka Turtleville Kane, here with my entourage. I got my lovely oldest princess right here, my Taylor Cakes, Taylor Richardson. Say hi, Taylor. Hi. All right. I got my prince back here, Mr. D Dynamite Dylan. Come in the camera, buddy. I don't think you can see you. Come on over here. Say hi, Dylan.
Hi.
My champion, Mr. Warrior Dylan, right here. And this is my little princess Jordan. You say hi, Jordan.
Hi.
All right. And we are going to try to do this recap with my tribe. I'll try my best, fellas. All right. So we're going to start off. Fantasy football, that's right. We're going to start off with our week 2 first game that we're going to recap. We got the BCU 59er versus Spiritual Mafia. This is probably one of the only games where Monday night actually mattered. With Eric Decker and Dante Moncrief pulling out the big, they almost scored 50 points. And they propelled Spiritual Mafia to the victory, 118 and 114. Good game by Tannehill for the BCU. Man, the Dolphins just doing horrible this year. I hope we can turn the tide around real soon. But a big game also from Odell Beckham Jr. Some people were down on him last week, so I'm glad that he was able to step up and do it big, but just wasn't enough. The difference actually in this game also was Adam Vinatieri with the -2. So Spiritual Mafia with the win. BCU 49er, 59, Caucasian person, and Bethune-Cookman with the loss. All right, next game of the week we have Big Baby Crybaby, Double Daughter Daddy, Triple D versus Mr. Jefferson Starship. Hey, dude, you actually had a really strong week. You just got outscored, man. No need to be down on yourself. Your team did great. You hit pretty much that 135-point mark you talked about earlier. Really, your big performances of the Pittsburgh offense, they'll probably carry you through this whole year as long as they're healthy. Big Ben and Antonio Brown combined for 66 of your 134 points, so that's about half from 2 players. Randall Cobb did decent, and really nobody else did much for you, but you still had a pretty good showing. Mr. Jefferson Starship just had a better showing. Big games by the Patriots D. Russell Wilson, dude, that guy was killing them with the option run. Adrian Peterson, we knew they were going to force feed him the ball. Almost 30 carries, I believe he had, a couple catches. Big game by Allen Robinson. I'll tell you what, Jacksonville is an underrated team. Their receivers are dynamic. They got a pretty solid offensive line. The quarterback, second year, he's coming into his own. The defense actually looked pretty decent. So a lot of people are sleeping on Jacksonville. Torrey Smith had a big breakout game. First game of the season, or second game of the season for the 49ers. So pretty strong performances by those guys. Propelled Mr. Jefferson to the victory. All right. How you guys doing? You hanging in there?
Yes.
All right.
I'm so excited.
So excited. She's
I'm
excited.
going to pop. Yep.
She's so excited she's going to pop.
I always feel like popping.
All right. All right. Let me get to the next game. Hey, lick me, though. Just lick me, buddy.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Next game, Mighty Lions of Judah versus Pisano Pete Road Runners. We got 2 former champions. I say former, this is new year.
Champion.
Both 1-1 after this week. Actually, it was a pretty close game, too. Great squeeze out win by Big Fred. Great squeeze out win. Dude, I love Carson Palmer. I picked him up. I wanted to draft him, but I'm glad I picked him up. With Romo being out, too. I'll talk about that later. But Larry Fitzgerald just is a different guy when he's in. He's a top 10, borderline top 5 fantasy receiver with the healthy Carson Palmer, and it showed this week. Big Steve Smith, the ageless one, big 25 points for you. Gabe, you had some good performances from D'Angelo Williams. That was I actually drafted him and dropped him, and he had actually 2 pretty good weeks. So it shows you my coaching skills versus yours. Big Jordan Matthews had a couple good games. Man, Philly just looks horrible. Nothing else to say about that, but great win for Fed and the Lions of Judah, and they both are tied 1-1. All right, next matchup here we got the Watchmen versus Big Red, Steel Curtain Bulldog, and this was, I think, the closest matchup of the week. All right, you gotta put that shopping down, Taylor. They can't see me. The people want to see me. All right. So we got 2-point victory by the Watchmen, Papa Conroy. All right. You had great games from Julian Edelman. Dude, Tom Brady's on the tear. Doing great. Calvin Johnson scored nice for you. Not much out of Marshawn Lynch. Dude, they've been dialing his number all season. Well, to be fair, Seattle had two pretty good teams they played against. And so Stephen Gostkowski, if I say that right, 19 points from the kicker. You can almost guarantee yourself a victory if your kicker scores 19 points. All right. Jumping over, we have Emmanuel Sanders, 28 points. Rob Gronkowski, 24. Cam Newton, 24. Had a good game for Big Reg, but just wasn't enough. I can't say who was the deciding factor, although Drake Bell only scored 3 points and Keenan Allen 1. That didn't help at all, as Reds got beat by 2 points. All right, next matchup, we're going into the Be More Ballers and Don't Stop Believing. I tell you what, Ryan, the Bills look good. You see the Buffalo Bills symbol? They're one of Miami Dolphins' rivals in the division, so we don't like the Bills. Right? I mean, we love everybody, but we don't like the Bills.
Why would
Because they play against Miami. They play 2 games against Miami, and they are our division rival. So we want to beat them, and we want them to go down. But we love Ryan. Ryan's a great brother. I love Ryan. I love you, Ryan. Great guy. Love it even more that you won with his low scoring output, almost like me, 113 points. You did just enough to beat the Be More Brawlers. Phil has a Wade Studley team. They just didn't show up this week. Ravens defense with -3 against Oakland. How they lose to Oakland? Oh, that was tough. 37 points they gave up to Oakland. Let's see. Nothing from Alshon Jeffrey. I think he was actually out. This big goose egg on his stat line. But big game by Brandon Marshall. He's the top dog in New York. But that really was all you kind of had for you. Ryan, you did just enough again with Peyton Manning, 17 points. Julio Jones, dude, that's the draft. Dude, he's gonna be a discussion for league MVP this year, even though receivers really don't win it. But the guy's just having a monster year. Great draft with Terrence Williams. With Dez Bryant out, he's the top dog in Dallas. But you did just enough to get a victory. Travis Kelce kind of cooled down. Roddy White with the goose egg. I don't know if he was out too. But Julio Jones more than made up for him. So you squeaked out the victory. 113-98. Great win, Ryan, even though you're a Bills fan. All right. And the last matchup of the day. Perfectville Fins versus the T-Ville Canes. See, that's Daddy's team. You see the Miami Hurricanes logo? That's Daddy's team. You guys know that's my team. Yeah, go Canes. Yep. And he has a Hurricane jersey, so do I. And we love our Hurricane and the Dolphins. That's right. Guess what? This guy, Perfectville Fins, his name's Rob Jeffers. He likes the Dolphins, too.
His name is Aaron Richardson.
Well, that's my team, yeah. But his team is the Perfectville 13 Fins. His name is Robert Jeffers.
Daddy likes Miami because
Jeffers.
he came from Miami.
That's right. I grew up in Miami. That's right. And you know what? This was probably the luckiest victory of the year, although it's not hard to beat someone who scores 53 points, which I believe is an all-time league low. Look how many points did he score, Dylan?
53.
How many, Taylor?
106 and 53.
53. That's it. That's terrible. My Charles Barkley voice. That's terrible.
Bad.
No, that's not bad. That's terrible. All right. Look at his stat lines. Eddie Lacy, 0. Oh, man, I was bummed Eddie Lacy got hurt, actually. I was looking forward to him having a good game. Dolphins, nothing against Jacksonville, against the Jaguars. But, again, they're a better team than a lot of people give them credit for. Charles Johnson, 4 points. Amir Abdullah, 1 point. Dude, they just stunk it up all across the board. Your high was 11 points, Doc, by Justin Forsett. You'll never win games that way, dude.
11
Again, I'm happy with my outcome. I really didn't have any studs myself. I was happy with Amari Cooper's performance, and I'm glad I, at the last minute, swapped out Tony Romo for Carson Palmer. Gave me some points, even though I didn't need to do that for a win, but this is probably the luckiest win of the year, and I'll take that. This is probably the second or third year I had a win with barely scoring 100 points. So, with that being said, guys, I think I covered everybody. Here's my week 2 recap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. My clan, my assistants. We have my beautiful Taylor Cakes, Taylor Richardson, my little princess Jordan Richardson, and my D Dynamite Warrior, Mr. Dylan Richardson. With that being said, T-Ville Canes out.
Bye.
Out.
Bye.